All right, Mr. Skinny Fat is back. Welcome back to a Faster Me. Some of you guys may know this already, some may not. But coming into the 2022 season, I am now the road race captain for PAA for novice through Cat 3. So this is just one of our team rides, and I thought I'd spice it up a little bit by splitting the team into two different teams and have a little Strava competition. So basically we competed on 6 specific Strava routes and just kind of cruised endurance zone in between the Strava routes. So we're approaching the first Strava route now, and that's Rin Tong. He's not actually on the race team, but he joined us for this ride, him and a couple friends. But anyway, the first Strava route that we're doing is going to be the San Dimas Avenue climb, the freeway to the crest. So it's just a little, I don't know, maybe a little less than 1 mile climb at probably a 6 to 8% grade. And the reason I split the team up, just to have some little competition, just because the race season is going to actually start in January this year, with the first Majestic Crit, taking place on January 16th. So I thought we'd just get a little competitive juices. We've been all doing a lot of off-season activities, lifting, mountain biking, a lot of base training, things like that. So I thought it'd be fun to come out and kind of somewhat do some intervals, not really structured intervals, but basically each Strava segment is going to count as kind of like a VO2 interval. So the first one starts right here under this bridge, and there they go. That's Rob Nelson to the right there taking off. He's an incredible climber, definitely the strongest by far out of our group. And a couple people taking off here are definitely taking off way too fast. You can see I was hitting 500 watts, 450 watts, and yeah, you're gonna have to sustain this for almost 4 minutes. So a lot of people are just a little excited and put in a little too hard of an effort at the front, and they will definitely come back to me. And also, this is a kind of new setup for me for the data fields. For whatever reason, the one I like and typically use was not available, so I threw these graphics on here. I know a lot of people kind of like this style of graphics, but in general, when they're available again, I'll probably go back to my old the old stats or whatever. That's Miles I'm passing right there, and Evie, I think she started off a little too hard and kind of paying the price now, and so are a bunch of other people, and they're starting to come back a little bit. For the most part, everybody in front of me right now is a really good climber. Jorge's one of our more kind of all-rounder sprinter guys, but he's been improving a lot on his climbs, and he ended up giving it the beans on this one. So yeah, but for me, it's one of the reasons why I call myself Skinny Fat, is I'm definitely not a climber. Yeah, I just don't have the power that I need to maintain a high speed while climbing. I've been working on it a lot, but still not where I need to be yet. I'm not sure if this is Peter in front of me or if this is maybe Swee. I don't think I actually catch him, but him and I both were just kind of maintaining the same speed now and kind of catching some of our other guys. The gray team, we had 2 teams, the gray team and the blue team, and the gray team kind of just crushed us on this day. Yeah, we didn't have anything for them. They won 4 segments, we won 2 out of our 6 official segments. It was 4-2, but really it wasn't even that close. The way the competition works is you can only use 1 rider throughout the day. So we each had 9 people on our team. We ended up having only 7. One person's DI2 went out, and someone else had to leave by noon. So we ended up having 7. They had 9, It didn't really matter though, because they are always taking like the top, I don't know, 4 out of 5 positions on almost every climb. So the good thing is though, you can only use a rider once. So once a rider has won a segment, he can't win a segment for the rest of the day, he or she. So yeah, so we end up by default winning 2 segments. One outright, the second segment. Well, not outright, we got second, but Rob's going to be the fastest on every segment. He's just that much faster on climbs than everyone else. I think Jonathan Lane got the segment on the second climb. He was second to Rob. And then I got the last segment, but it was only because the 2 guys on their team that beat me had already been used on other segments. So yeah, that was our 4-2 butt kicking. And here I'm pretty much popped now. You can see my cadence is down to 72, only holding about 270, 260, and fading. I think the segment had just ended or either ends about right here. And that's Peter Waters right there that I kind of caught up to a little bit as the segment ends. He started off maybe just a little hot also. And Peter's really strong also. He just hasn't been riding that much just because of his work schedule. So he did an awesome job with only a couple days riding and not really a lot of training. He only rides maybe when he can during the week. And this is his first time coming out with us on one of these rides. All right, so off to our next segment, and this is the climb to Guard Shack, Bonelli, going counterclockwise. It's only about it depends on how fast you are, I guess, but it's only like 0.2 of a mile. It's pretty steep though, and a lot of people, if you live in the area, a lot of people are familiar with this climb. And there goes Rob again out front. He's just pacing it this time though, because he can't win the segment. So he's just leading out for his team, and yeah, pretty much all those guys are on his squad except Jonathan, who's on my team, the blue team. And for me, I'm pretty much cracked anyway, just from the intervals I do during the week. I had Sweet Spot Crisscross this week, 3x15. And if you don't know what Sweet Spot Crisscross is, it's kind of a form of over-unders. So you basically just ride Sweet Spot, and every 3 minutes you're going to do a 30-second acceleration in VO2 acceleration, and then right back down to Sweet Spot. Do that for 15 minutes, 10-minute recovery in between, and then hit it again. So for me, I think it was I forgot what I was holding, 215, 220, and then 270 to 290 on my 30-second accelerations.
Rob's so fast.
So I had 2 days of that during the week, and that was pretty much my first week of non-endurance type riding, non-base miles, or first time getting into a little bit more of a build or muscular force phase. So I was a little fatigued, but it's okay. I mean, I PR'd the first segment. This segment, I was like 10-15 seconds off my PR, and I didn't have any other PRs the rest of the day, but I was pretty close though. I wasn't too far off my best times. That was Francisco and Jorge going by. Francisco was leading out Jorge, a little teamwork there, but they're both on the gray team. There were so many people in front of me though, and other than just pushing myself, I just let them go and kept my steady pace. So anyway, this is just a little off-season workout we're doing as a team. There was 18 of us total. I know you're only seeing the same 4 or 5 guys on video, but that's because the rest of the team's behind us, and it's just something that maybe you want to give a try if you want to spice up your training with your team or with your friends that you ride with. Just pick out a couple Strava segments. We overall rode about 50 miles, and the segments were probably 5-10 minutes apart from each other, and we just competed on 6 segments.
The grays that are no longer gray.
So anyway, thank you for watching. The race season will be starting in 1 month, so we'll definitely get some more races going again, and it's a long season with the full schedule. If COVID doesn't throw off those plans, and we'll probably have a race for you every week.
Beautiful. My legs are already shot.